Hey guys, welcome back. We're taking a look at some crackdowns that are happening. We got Singapore, we got Japan, both cracking down on the perpetrators, the bad guys, the Pokemon card fraudsters. So awesome to see. We got one article here. I guess one little report here. We got the report itself. We got an article here. We're going to take a look at that first, and then we're going to get into a Japanese police arrest. So good to see that there's kind of been, I guess, more and more of an issue, especially in Japan, with the counterfeits. Counterfeits have always existed, but we're seeing a lot of fraudsters pop up recently with the extra perceived normie value, where everyone thinks that Pokemon cards are worth money now, where there's opportunity there, where the economy is not so great in most, if not all places. We're going to have a lot of people that are looking to make a quick buck, that are going to break the law, and there hasn't been, in my opinion, enough of a crackdown on this stuff. So hopefully this is a trend. The trend continues. We see more and more of this. The people that are ripping other people off, the people that are committing fraud get punished for committing fraud and or for stealing. That's kind of the goal here. Hopefully, if that increases, there's enough of a disincentive to continue to do this stuff, and we see less of it overall. I'm hoping that is the case. I'm hoping that's what we're looking at here. But yeah, it's issues all the time, more and more. This first article, I didn't know if this was like a joke at first. I don't know if you can see what's going on here with the photo in question. But we got some not very valuable cards. We got some very modern. We got what looks like Paldea Evolve packs and Scarlett and Violet base packs. So these are what they look like, just in case you guys want a little refresher on what the packs look like. Not to mention the fact that we have the gray borders, the now gray borders from Scarlett and Violet. Rest in peace, yellow borders. Wish they would come back. Wish they would have always stayed. Let's read through the article here. We'll give our takes on it, and we're going to take a look at the actual, I guess, police statement that was given. The Singapore police. So this is on India Times. Interesting enough. We have Isha Sharma, who wrote this article, and says, in Singapore, a 22-year-old man was arrested for having around 500 stolen Pokemon cards. He reportedly took the cards from 4 stores in the city in May. He was caught on May 9th when he returned to one of the stores. The report was confirmed by South China Morning Post, SCMP for short. And of course, we got to stick in, this has nothing to do with anything, but we got to stick a Charizard card in here. The evolution's reversed for some reason on, I don't know what the hell this background is exactly. We have dice here. Some kind of wire mesh burlap underneath it. If anyone knows what the hell this is, please do let me know, because I'm very confused. Whether or not that was created for the sake of taking pictures of Pokemon cards, your guess is as good as mine. The man was found in possession of an open box of Pokemon cards that did not belong to him, the Singapore police force said in a Facebook post on Monday. So we're going to take a look at this. The police said that the rest of the Pokemon cards were taken on 3 different days, May 2nd, 4th, and 8th. So this is just like somebody that was stealing modern Pokemon cards from game stores, apparently, is what it's looking like. Yes, you should absolutely be prosecuted. Why? What are you doing? What are you thinking? Do you think that's a good idea? I mean, I guess if people are getting away with it, if he was getting away with it, maybe he did think it was a good idea, but like, look at the stuff that you stole, and is it worth it? I mean, they looked at video footage and talked to people who saw what happened. This helped them link the man to the other 3 times the cards were stolen. Because of this, he was officially accused of stealing on Tuesday. So I'm assuming he was like stealing booster boxes. It says 500 cards total. Like, not very lucky, apparently. Didn't get anything really crazy. We got a couple full arts here. We got a few full arts here. We got the reverse Charizard from Pokemon Go. And again, we get Scarlet and Violet base here. One gold card and one, unfortunately, maybe the least valuable SIR to exist. The Iron Treads, again, it was hard for me to pull one. But again, I can't imagine what the price is on those now. Probably next to nothing. We're looking at, this probably cost more in salary and or hourly wage for someone to lay this all out on this brown paper to take photos of it than the entirety of whatever it's worth. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Wild that, I mean, I guess that maybe it's like protocol, they have to do it. But this is weird to see that you're gonna lay out all the packs with next to, I don't know if maybe he was putting them back in the pack, which if you do that, if you open your packs and put the cards back in the wrapper, why? You're a monster. Stop doing it, please. Sort out, sleeve your reverse, sleeve your hit, sleeve your, I guess reverse is now if you have multiple in the pack. All right, what do we got here? The police shared several pictures of the cards they took, but didn't say how much all the stolen cards were worth together. Why are we not looking into? Just ask somebody that knows anything about Pokemon, and they could tell you that you got like $20 here. It's important to mention that Pokemon trading cards have become worth money since the pandemic. That's the thing too. My God, these articles, any games journalist, all of them, they love to just like, all right, we don't have much to say here. We got to add something in there about how Pokemon cards are expensive. They were worth money before the pandemic. They were worth a lot more during the pandemic. A lot of stuff spiked. A lot of that stuff is retraced. I guess we're just going to overlook that kind of thing. But cards that are very rare and in good condition can sell for a lot. All right. In April 2022, a record was set when Logan Paul bought the most expensive Pokemon card ever sold. He spent an incredible $5.275 million. This was a lie. It was a trade. I don't understand how. I guess that's what you got to do. You got to pay for a Guinness World Record, and then people will just regurgitate that as fact because you Google it, and that's what you see. So, and again, it's not a real 10. It is a 10. It did get a 10, but it was a 9 several times before it got a 10. We need to remember and take into consideration that Illustrator is not an actual 10. There's a reason why you'll never see the back of it, because it's got a nice little dinger on it from what I'm told. And that's why it shouldn't have been a 10. But again, at that point in time, you could resubmit that sucker to PSA over and over again. I think it was like $5 or less per submission, because guess what? PSA didn't care about Pokemon back in those days, and there was no like crazy upcharge for it. All right, this increase in value has even influenced the market for sports memorabilia. Like anything to toss in there on the article. All right, we saw our packs. We got our packs. But how stupid do you need to be shoplifting Scarlett and Violet packs? Like the amount of effort you probably put in order to steal these packs was probably greater than the value of the packs regardless. Like if you just went out and worked, yeah, it's not like there's a lot here. But now, are you in trouble? Do you have a criminal record? I don't know how things work exactly in Singapore, but I would not want to test that out. Let's read the Singapore Police Force article or statement here, I guess, the Facebook statement. Man, police love to make Facebook statements. I don't know what it is exactly. They say a man arrested for a series of thefts, indwelling, and fraudulent possession of property. So indwelling. So it sounds like they're just stealing from houses too. I don't know exactly here. There's a lack of detail from all around. The police have arrested a 22-year-old man for his suspected involvement in a series of theft, indwelling cases, and fraudulent possession of property of Pokemon cards that were stolen from various locations around Singapore. In May 2023, maybe the worst thief of all time. I don't know if maybe there are no valuable Pokemon cards in Singapore, but you did bad. You got caught, and you didn't steal anything valuable. In May 2023, the police received several reports from victims regarding 4 separate cases of theft, indwelling, where boxes of Pokemon cards were stolen from stores in the vicinity of Paya Lebar and Clementi. My apologies if I butchered all of those names. On 9 May 2023, the police received a call for assistance as the victim reported that the same man who had stolen the Pokemon cards previously had returned to the store. The man was found in possession of an open box of Pokemon cards that did not belong to him. Though ground inquiries and with the aid of images from CCTV cameras, officers from Badok Police Division established the man to be allegedly involved in 3 other cases of theft in dwelling that happened on second. Okay, I guess so. There was dwellings and also a store, at least one store. 2 May 2nd of May 2023, 4th of May 2023, and 8th of May 2023. Okay, we got a nice little spaced out here. At least he spaced out the theft. He was happy with what he got and went back for more, went to steal more. And he was subsequently arrested. A total of about 500 Pokemon cards were seized as case exhibits. The man will be charged in court on, there we go, on the 8th of August 2023 with theft and dwelling under Section 380 of the Penal Code 1871 and fraudulent possession of property under Section 35(1) of the Miscellaneous Offenses Act 1906. All right, so good. He's getting prosecuted. He deserves it. Stop stealing, people, please. For the love of God, don't steal. All right. Crime doesn't pay. I mean, crime, even if you got away with it, crime wasn't paying in this case. We got some bulkers here. We got some bulkers. Code cards for the ladies. If you can somehow see what they are, then you can have them. All right. Next up. So now we have an article here on Poke Beach by Water Pokemon Master, who says yesterday police in Anaka City, Japan, arrested a 21-year-old suspect for selling fake Pokemon cards on an auction website. I'm pretty sure this is Yahoo Japan. So again, guys, I do have a buy link. You got to be careful when you're buying. You got to know what you're looking at. You need to know what's fake and what's real. You need to watch other videos that I've made where I show what the fake cards look like and what to look for. And even if they're graded, it can be a bad experience. It can be it can either be a fake case. It can be a real label, fake case, real card, but not the card that was graded, but the grade was inside the card. As we saw with Zhao, the ultimate scammerini. You gotta be careful with what you're buying. But also, there's a huge issue with reseals, especially modern product. You got to be careful. I received one. Plenty of people have received resealed stuff. So make sure you're buying your Japanese product. If you have to buy it, if you're buying it, man, a lot of it is inflated. Would recommend waiting for stuff to cool off. But again, it's hard to say how much is going to be reprinted, how much they're going to increase print runs in the Japanese end of things in order to kind of fix that issue. I don't know if even if they increase it a little bit, I feel like it would be enough to disincentivize a lot of people who are just buying it because it's expensive, because they can flip it, because they can break it, because people like things that they can't have. They like things that are expensive. Yes, even if it's the same item, if it all of a sudden is expensive, people will hop onto it. They love it. All right, back to the article here. According to the police, the suspect, Ryo Otake, sold 4 counterfeit Pokemon cards to 2 customers in October 2022. So yeah, I think this is a huge issue. I think Japan needs to absolutely spank these bad guys. I don't want to say like evildoers. These people that are resealing, the fraudsters, the people that are committing fraud. Whether you're selling fake cards, whether you're repacking the cards, taking the SR out of it, any of that stuff, I hope you get absolutely bumfucked by the law. The card sold for 186,100 yen, which is equivalent to $1,250. All right, so at least we got a little bit of an incentive here. You can tell these are a lot of the standard issue fake cards that you see. They exist. They exist in the West. They exist, and then we have somebody that's selling them. I don't know. Maybe because there's less English cards in Japan, maybe they thought they could sneak these by people. Also, the fact that there's these, you have your Yahoo Japan, your Mercari, all of this stuff, where they kind of get away. They get away with it a lot. Again, if there are people that are doing it, the best thing to do is to report it to the police, Japanese law enforcement. There is a way to do so. So a lot of that is going to come down to if they get enough reports. It's the same thing with anything. If there's somebody that's committing fraud and you think I just got ripped off and I'm not going to bother with it, no, file an actual police report if you got ripped off by somebody, because eventually maybe they don't do anything. Maybe nothing happens, but at least it's there and they can refer back to it. If they're doing it to other people, then maybe at some point they're like, oh, well, this has happened several times now with this individual that is committing fraud. Maybe we should step in and make something happen. One of the customers learned the cards may be fake and alerted the police in November 2022. Good job. The police opened an investigation and asked Nintendo to appraise the cards. That's kind of interesting. Like secondary market, Nintendo appraising the cards. Nintendo confirmed the cards were counterfeit, thereby violating their trademarks. So, yeah, the counterfeit thing, it seems to be a priority in Japan. In response to the police investigation, the suspect fully admitted to selling the counterfeit cards. Yesterday, the Anaka City police seized 1,000 cards believed to be counterfeit from Otake's home, including 400 Pokemon cards printed in English and Japanese. They plan to investigate where the cards came from. The news comes in light of last month's announcement that the Pokemon Company plans to work with auction websites to prosecute those who sell counterfeit cards. It's unclear if that directive led to this arrest. Man, I need more coffee. I can't read. I need coffee to read. News of the arrest was first reported by Reuters Japan. All right, what we got here? Yes. These are classic. These are classic examples of often counterfeited. I would bet my bottom wiener dog that they're gonna have the TCG player hollow pattern on them. Though, like the printed on ones, the really goofy, silly. They look really fake. This is the same stuff that was in that storage locker that we had videos about. That kind of thing. The most common fakes that you see. Again, if you even think that something's remotely fake, you can probably look it up and you can see that the hollow pattern is going to be printed on and that it's going to be identical to the stock image from TCG Player. There's no watermark on those. They don't have the full corner or whatever, but people can just extend the yellow, and that's what they do. It's just the easiest, cleanest way to get scans of that stuff. It's kind of a shame, but also maybe it's a blessing in disguise because it makes them very easy to identify and to teach people how to find them, how to notice them. So what do we got here? Oh, yes, of course, we got the Mario and the Luigi's. We got the Scream. We got the Screamers, Scream promos. We got some Charizards on the top there. Very cool. We got the Uyama. Pikachu. All right. Wait. These are these. I don't know if I've ever seen a counterfeit hop. I guess these are Japanese. Wonder if there's any real cards that are in here. I don't know if I've ever seen the Legend cards counterfeited either. Be kind of interested to know whether or not that's these though. The Crystal Zards, the Mewtwo. We got the Pikachu. It's crazy to me that the Pikachu is worth counterfeiting. Oh yeah, we got the Umbi. You got the Umbi there. Look at the shine on that ADP. It's just the regular ADP. And of course the Latias and Latios. You gotta have pics of those. Some Hidden Fate stuff. But yeah, a lot of them very common counterfeits that exist. What else we got here? Okay, we got a little close up. These are the Charizards. Oh, and of course, you gotta have the Battle Day Lily, $3.97. You gotta counterfeit that bad boy. It doesn't look like there's even any texture on this. And we got the Shine of Doom, the Shine of Counterfeitness, if that's a word. But again, we had this statement, and I think I included this in a video before. But this is just the Pokemon Company, essentially, PokemonCard.com, claiming that they're going to crack down on the counterfeiting, and I think it's for the best. I think it's in everyone's best interest. No, you do not need fake cards. You do not need replicas, proxy woxies, whatever you want to call them. You don't. Oftentimes people are, oh, it's just a proxy first edition based Charizard. What? No, you don't need that. A lot of them are clearly, they're trying to pretend that they're something that they're not. And yes, even though you should know how to identify whether it's fake or real before you ever purchase something that's expensive like that, someone's going to fall for it. People are falling for that stuff all the time. You'll have someone that, oh, I don't know if this is a fake or real. We saw that recently in a video where people go on like Marketplace or wherever else, and they'll try and like sell it or try to pretend that they don't know that it's real or fake. Buyer beware. Get a couple quick bucks out of somebody, and it's just not, it's not good for anyone. That or kids will end up trading for them. Someone, maybe adults will end up trading for them, end up with a fake card and not realize it until later on. It's just not a good idea. You don't need every card. You don't need all the most expensive cards. You don't need it in the most mintest of dentist. Many of the cards, okay, not all. Maybe trophy cards are like out of range for somebody, but the vast majority of cards, like anything that was printed in a set, is very achievable. Anyone can actually save up and get something. If it's something that you desperately want, maybe it's not worth it. If the price is not worth it, maybe you got to go with something that's not in as pristine of condition in order to get the card that you really want. Or if it's just like something that's not worth saving up for, then how bad do you really want it? Really? Same with like people that are altering stuff. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me, other than the fact that they're trying to make a quick buck, that kind of thing. Or like, I don't understand the mindset of like the fake booster boxes and stuff like that. Like, oh, I want to put them on a display in the background. It's just like, why do you want fake? Why do you want fake stuff? To pretend you're a G-baller when you're not. Spend it on actual cards. There's lots of very affordable stuff that's really awesome. We're kind of spoiled now with all the crazy artwork that's coming out on stuff. And you probably see a lot of the like Sword and Shield stuff now drop in price. And modern product is like super cheap, as we saw from the man that was arrested in Singapore for stealing a bunch of it. All right, we have here their statement. We'll read that off real quick, and then I'll let you guys go for the day. Also, the Rattle hats, yes, the payment request will be sent out soon. We'll have 1 week from the date that this video is coming out, and to get those paid up. Again, they're expensive, $59.50, new era, custom embroidery, very expensive. I make little to nothing on them, but if you want one, this is your chance. One and done. They're fitted, so, well, you can get fitted or you can get snapback. The majority of people, including myself, will want the fitted ones. So it's like a one-time special order only. I'm not buying additional ones. I don't want to live in a hat factory, not hat factory or a hat shop. So it's going to be the same thing. And if you miss out, I'll probably have another one next year. It'll be different every time. That way people kind of have like a special one-time thing. All right, back to the article. Thank you very much for your continued patronage of our products. Currently, through an unspecified number of online sales services and stores, products that use copyrighted materials and trademarks related to the Pokemon card game managed and owned by the Pokemon Company without permission are being sold as, quote, replicas and, quote, metal cards. It is traded with names such as the production and sale of these products for the purpose of profit interferes with the normal provision of Pokemon card game products and services, and we will take measures to suspend sales and take legal action in cooperation with the operating company of the sales service platform. We are proceeding with response, investigation, and consideration. We sincerely ask our customers for their understanding and cooperation in order to avoid purchasing the affected items by mistake. I don't get this either. They're like the extent people will go to in order to like make money in a way that like clearly is not a legitimate way to make money. Like if you're selling counterfeits or you're selling replicas or anything like that, like you're taking a shortcut that is going to end up burning you. I think when it gets cracked down on, you're going to build like a business around selling counterfeit goods. And then what do you do after that? Like just work a little bit harder, sell legitimate stuff. If you want to sell Pokemon, you can sell Pokemon. There's lots of room for buyers and sellers of Pokemon. You don't need to get into the replicas. So you're printing off your own crap. It's a bad idea. It's not sustainable. And you're cheating yourself just as much as you're cheating everyone else that's buying the garbage that you're putting out. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Again, this was way longer than it should have been. But I do appreciate every one of you guys that has stuck around to the end. And I'm sure a lot of you are. But if you aren't already, join the Discord. Man, we had the world's longest happy hour yesterday. Awesome stuff. Cool to see some new faces in there. Cool to see more next week. Right? You be in there, guys? All right. See you there.